Hey, now.
Well, what do you say we get thrown out of an Applebee's?
All week long.
All rise, order in the court. It's Monday. Let's get this thing going. Feels so much later than it actually is.
Does it now? That's what my kids were trying to tell me yesterday. I was like, it's any other day. Just shut up and go.
Hey, listen, when I woke up at 6:42 this morning, remind myself, the other day it was 7:42. Like,
I woke up yesterday at 5:30 in the morning. So I kind of feel that. But we will thank Bishop as soon as I see him next time for you. Terminator, good to see you. I don't have any orange to wear, but I do see our good friend Judge Boyd has looks like an orange purse today.
Yeah, I get a little. Yeah, orange will do it. Are the flowers behind it though? That's what I wanted to ask. The flowers behind her, are they almost dead? No, I guess not.
I like that it looks like she's got flowers in her purse today. I mean,
it does. I just love this. I mean, nobody else does this. It's just such a great move. That's why I tend to come and see what is always going on with her, just to see what the purse is. And the other thing too is that we've basically doubled up on the flowers now. That's a thing now.
She has a lot of admirers since she's been on the Zoom. People now just loving her. Is it really cold in this courtroom, by the way?
It might be either that or it's one of those things that indigenous is it? Did I say that right? Is that a word? Where
I don't even know what that word was.
I had to say Indians, I think.
Oh, indigenous? Is that the word you were where
so,
were you
yeah,
going for? Okay, gotcha. Indigenous.
I want to sound really smart today because it's Monday. Why is all the pregnant talk? Is Mikey come out? He's pregnant.
I'm not pregnant yet, but I could be. Play your cards right.
Boy, we leave you guys alone for a little while and there's things you guys get into. Anyways, all right. So we got some knocks a little bit later, but we're gonna start and see what's happening here.
Yes. Let's do that. Don't go anywhere. I promise you, clip of the week coming up real soon.
Look at that. Double F is here even with us.
He was in a car wreck on Friday.
Oh my God. Well, I guess he's alive. Glad to hear that.
All right, I'm going to see y'all back on December 19th. If it needs to go through somewhere else, somebody needs to have subpoena whomever they need to subpoena.
You're on. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Damn, 16 months. Look at you, YouTube junkie.
Also, the proud recipient of a free shirt that we gave away the other day.
Brian White.
Nice. I say Brian White.
All right, so I guess they are not here.
Brian White.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
Go out in the hallway and ask 3 times.
Damn, Brian's big.
Oh, I know that's painful. The court is calling 2022 CR 8045, State of Texas versus Brian White. Can I have parties announced for the record? For the
It is very sad, attorney.
State of Texas defense. And are you Mr. White? Showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client? Yes. The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. White, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision.
No.
Did
Indigenous.
you review this with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Indigenous.
See?
That's close.
Checked off that this is not a
Indigenous.
Oh, I'm sorry. I always tell people, everybody, please leave the trial court certification unchecked.
You've done messed up already.
I'm the person who checks
Nate,
that.
good to see you. It was hot here already. You listen.
Yeah, you listen.
Right to appeal.
Welcome.
All right. Mr. White, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you
Ragu
review that with
monkey.
your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment? Yes. State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. White, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments.
Glad you're all right, Double
Waivers
F.
and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
It's a big dude.
Did you
Yeah, it
understand you're
is.
charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated third or more as a third-degree felony? The
Must
range
have
of punishment is
400
anywhere from
beers.
2 to 10
Get him
years
drunk.
in prison. and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine?
I don't know if it's just the way the camera is, but
witnesses,
this
the
lady
state will
over here
call on the
too.
right
She
to
looks like
remain
she's about as
silent.
tall as him.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain
Maybe.
agreement,
Oh,
you
now
were
she's
giving
sitting
up
down.
those
Can't tell.
rights?
It's
And did you
beautiful
intend to
bee
give up
on
those
her.
rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this
I know you
case?
could have bling on your robe.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges
He has a
against him?
rash.
I believe he does.
Sharon,
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe he is.
I
Mr.
believe
White,
he
has anyone
is.
threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you?
You
to
know,
answer?
this guy, I'm pretty sure
Has
I know his
anyone promised you
brother,
anything
by
other
the
than
way.
the
Somebody is renting it is, and it's not in my name, and it's not in anybody else's name. It's in somebody else's name.
will find that defendant
It
has
is.
knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial.
Thank you, Sharon.
Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes,
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 8 years in the prison.
Oh.
There's $1,000 fine. There's no application for deferred adjudication. The state
8
recommends
years?
community supervision. This is ranking current with County Court Cause number 645329. Restitution, if any. DWI.
Wait, she just said that. It
intervention,
sounds like he's
VIP
going to jail.
live,
doesn't it?
Ignition interlock.
Yeah.
2 years. 2 years Texas driver's license suspension, and 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation. Did you understand that to be the plea?
I did.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph.
A
Did
double
you
F
review
would-
that
we'd love
paragraph
to
with
see
your
that.
attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
And did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you
Oh, he might be
understand?
going to jail though.
Third, yeah.
Counsel, have there been any
Jesus.
such motions?
No, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Have there been any such motion?
I have filed some motions, but my client wants me to waive.
Well, that's new.
And those motions have not been heard?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing.
We'll
you
have to go
outside
check it
plea
out.
bargaining Agreement. State is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours.
I don't know how they
community
can do
service
that.
Restitution. Did you understand those are
I
recommendations?
wonder what
from
it
the state?
says.
Court does
Like,
not have to follow those recommendations. Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Yes, Your Honor.
State any evidence?
Your Honor, state all proceeds exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objection.
Mr. White.
drunk
I
driving is
believe
one of the
what's entitled
dumbest things to
Written
get arrested for.
Testimony.
I mean, it's so preventable.
That document. with
There
your
was
attorney.
one,
Did you
uh,
understand it? Did you sign it in all the
On
appropriate
On
places?
Patrol Live this
Again, did you understand
weekend.
you have a right to jury trial? a
Guy
right
down
for
in
you or
Florida,
your
and
attorney to
people
cross-examine
really
and
didn't
confront
agree with it because he
witnesses The state would call in the right to remain
he
silent.
seemed to do very well.
Did you understand
on
that
his
today the
tests,
state
you
will be
know,
presenting evidence in the
nailed
form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be
People were
no
going
live
after
testimony. Did you
the
understand?
arresting officer.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived.
You know,
and
everybody
considered the
knows.
stipulations,
Right.
testimony, and stipulations. The court will
Armchair lawyer.
evidence
Yeah,
in
exactly.
exhibits 1 and attachments and review the.
Well, happy birthday, Mavis.
Happy birthday.
I can't
Up
guarantee you
woman.
a live chase. I can guarantee you a chase or two today for mini chase Monday, and we got a chase anyways.
Gonna be a good show today. I've gotten word.
Yeah, no, that's interesting.
Spicy.
I don't know if they can really I don't know if they can legally do that. I don't know if they can legally police that or not. I'm no lawyer, but that's interesting.
Can we get a judge to mention us? Because I feel like that's like a pat on the back almost.
Right.
Need to be on the radar. Yeah, this is a big dude. And as far as like the whole sobriety test thing, I understand those. But to me, the very first thing you should do is like, want to take a breathalyzer? Because I think you're drunk. And this is good
Well,
to tell.
They said one of the biggest reasons why you do those field sobriety tests is in order to get to that point where you can legally do the blood test or the blowy. And the guy seemed to do really well. I mean, from again, sitting back watching it on TV, but I mean, you're not there. You're not smelling his breath. You're just smelling around him. The dude if I'm not mistaken, it was a guy. He ran up on him because his motorcycle was dumped in the middle of the road. And the guy's a real dick about it. Wasn't answering questions. I mean, if you're standing right there, I would imagine there's a lot of things that you're not noticing while you're on TV, including the smell of liquor. I mean,
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything you
Here
wish
we
to say
go.
on behalf of your client?
We would just ask that you follow the agreement. Now, my client, he's done approximately 120 days in jail before he bonded out. We would ask that you give him credit for that time he spent to satisfy the 10 days in jail. He lost his job while he was incarcerated. He currently has a job.
yeah,
It's 15 an hour. He's got
Should.
a 14-year-old son. He's a sole caregiver.
He was in for 120 days. I'm sure he did lose his job.
Since his dad is out with him. He's on the AB honor roll now, and things are looking up for him.
Okay.
what's that have to do with your dad getting drunk?
He kissed his first girl not too long ago.
Yeah,
Continue to be out with his son. And be on probation.
that's the angle. She did say 18-year-old son, right?
14.
Oh, okay, all right.
The issues that he has.
I don't think 18 would work.
Follow the agreement.
So I'd say I think it's time to
All right, how
become an
did you get here
adult.
today?
Sorry, kid.
No time like the present, right?
I'm gonna ride by my dad.
Where's your dad?
He's at home now.
Someday.
I'll have to take the bus.
Me too, Daryl. I would absolutely fail stone sober.
Months sober.
Oh, absolutely.
Incarcerated for over 90 days, and since then I've stayed for
Happy birthday!
Amazing.
Amazing. I'm glad you enjoyed your birthday, I hope.
Being away from my son for that long is kind of puts things into perspective. So no intention. Going back to drinking, part of that was being in a toxic relationship. I'm divorced after 16 years.
Here's the thing. You can't blame.
I'm not blaming. I just it attributed to it.
It's on YouTube.
My wife is.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that could be fought very easily. But again, I'm no lawyer.
There is a court precedence, which I was quoted by YouTube.
Or
So
not sober.
it exists.
While we were together at the end of our relationship, yes.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court
Another
is
one
gonna
I'm not
sentence you to
100%
8
sure,
years in
Wingman. I
prison,
only know what I
suspended, probated
read on
for
the
5
internet.
years, $1,000 fine, probated, concurrent with County Court Cause number 6455329, DWI intervention, VIP live, ignition interlock for 2 years,
Ooh.
2 years Texas driver's license suspension.
Hi, Mary.
There's to be 90 sober meetings in 90 days, 150 hours community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to do that, but if you do, 40 hours will be waived. Parenting classes, the remaining of the hours will be waived once you complete parenting classes. There's going to be regular
You
reporting
imagine?
by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want field visits once per month.
90 meetings in 90
Probation will do
days.
that for 3 months. If there's no issue,
Be
then you
busy.
can do field visits
I
as
think he's
needed.
got to
He's
go
so-
every day.
He's gonna be so
want a
busy he
TAP
won't have time to
evaluation.
drink.
If the TAP evaluation recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start off with intensive outpatient treatment. If it doesn't recommend any treatment, then I'm just gonna want regular outpatient treatment.
By the way, Wingman, I think that has to do with something like, almost like probable cause, if you will.
There's gonna
I
be 20
think.
days. GPS partial
A lot of birthdays around
for
this time.
employment
God, yeah. Happy birthday.
in lieu of the 10 days in the Bear County Jail. And I'll ask that the fees are waived.
Not the only
Is there
place.
anything else he needs? Oh, proof of
remember
But
there was
they-
somewhere else
They
too.
pound it home here
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah,
constantly.
it's crazy.
Within 30 days, there's to be no employment as a home health care provider.
Oh,
or
look,
with
thank you, Windy
violence.
City, Bobby.
Probation, is there anything else he needs?
30 days, he can't be a
Thank
home
you.
health care provider.
We'll do regular
Mm.
UAs.
That one's a little bit weird.
And make sure they
That
test
is.
for alcohol.
Alcohol.
The
All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be?
Heck, that's what I said. We have about 400 beers.
All
Get
right,
him
and
drunk.
I believe you
Jesus
still have a
Christ.
trial court certification.
Judge.
Ah, thanks. Okay.
Maybe he was
I'm gonna
butt
show you
chugging
what's called a
vodka.
Trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal.
That'll
You'll
do it.
Do that with your attorney.
That would
Did
do
you
it, yeah.
understand it? And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. You understand? All right, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Here's the thing. This is what I've discovered. My statistics professor will be disappointed in me because I haven't done an actual study of it. But usually when people are driving intoxicated and they end up getting in a car accident, you know who ends up getting hurt? Their
The other
passenger, somebody else. It could have been you driving and your child is in a car with somebody else and you end up hitting them and killing them.
Should have.
Don't be
You
that
should have already
person.
had
You
that
understand?
talking to the
All
last
right,
two
good luck to
times.
you.
Damn, she just laid out the script for a Twilight Zone episode. Including.
Who is that? Is that a YouTuber?
Yeah. I've seen him here and there. I actually went by there and said hello the other day because I saw he was on. But yeah, he does
All right, who's here on
stuff like
I've
we
already done
do,
something like that.
sort
What
of.
else?
Did he like go after her or something? Like
He did a video on her the other day.
I'll have to look into that.
He's also the guy that took Law Talk with Mike, the video that we'd done prior in the day.
Oh, is that okay? All
That
right.
guy. Yeah,
Well,
there you
that's
go.
cool.
I figured I could get you to figure it out that way.
I know exactly what you mean. To catch that, again, I don't know how. I don't think that you're broadcasting it publicly, so you're already, if that's the case, that you're wanting to protect people's privacy.
As long as he is using it, he gets it from a public place, which is this here.
Right.
As long as he is using it for criticism, commentary, reaction,
Okay.
or something around that,
What is
free
happening
game.
with King?
there's a legal precedence that allows
Right.
it. Otherwise, don't put it out in the public.
So, YouTube, if you're wondering, I can't stand that disgusting color of Judge Boyd's purse today,
All right,
and
so
it seems
everyone,
to be a popular one. So,
These are the rules of the 187th
I think
District
it's
Court. So
a
everyone is
burnt
aware.
orange creed.
At
the
11.
ugly
or
ass
Is it 11:45
colors.
that everybody goes back? No. 11:45. Everybody who's an inmate goes back. So this is the last day that inmates are still going to be sitting in the box. At 11:45, they're all going back.
Wow.
Can I go back with him?
Sure. We can outfit you.
Can I go to prison?
All right, Cantu.
There you go, Flusher. Keep that around. We need that.
Precise wording. I love it.
Cantu, come on up.
I'm sorry, Judge, what are we gonna do on Mr. King?
All right, just give me a second.
Sure.
Oh,
All right.
there's a cowboy here.
The state is not ready there one more time.
All right, State, what is happening with Mr. Cantu?
Judge, his new number one just occurred 25 days ago.
Okay.
By the way, I wore a bolo tie in my
All right.
graduation
Ferguson, on
photos.
Cantu, I
you
need a
really?
contested setting.
Wow, was that your choice? That was like your style at that time, or
No, I'd never worn one before, but everybody else was wearing like ties, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
F that. I'll wear this ugly ass bolo tie.
Thank you.
You
And it was with like a really tacky patterned shirt.
I don't know
Oh,
anything
it's
about nothing, but I'll
fantastic.
figure it out. I think I'll have one. Him, his
Okay.
grandma,
All right, so
this dude's glasses are
All right, it'll be
really
at
thick,
11
by the
a.m.
way.
11 a.m.
yes.
Hey, Jim.
Jim, how are you? Jim, I sent you a direct message on Discord, so make sure you see that.
Oh my God, look at you.
Jim
Yes.
shared
So
some
what
very
is happening
personal
with our
news
team?
on the Discord over the weekend. So
And don't forget that. Switch the top chat to live chat. I don't know why it doesn't automatically just.
same way it doesn't automatically change the grade of the video. By the way, somebody said they saw our channel was worth $9.51 the other day.
Sounds about right.
I said, well, that's I don't get out of bed for less than $10, bud.
Do I have the file?
You should, Dario Escalante.
Did you request that the clerk give me the file?
No, I do not. No. I'll request that now.
Who's
Lonesome
here on Dario?
dog.
Where's Dario Escalante? Come forward.
I thought that was an inmate just jumping up, running up like it was the Price is Right.
Oh yeah, not a good color to wear to court.
Yeah.
Automatically, you just think inmate. I mean,
Automatic.
He is asking for some additional time to take care of closing out his business, taking care of moving his sister to a new location. We're respectfully requesting to go ahead and enter the plea today because the court,
You all need to get the paperwork done.
Right, Jennifer?
we haven't,
It's been sworn in.
Judge, we haven't finished getting the signatures on the paperwork.
All right.
So
Money. Thank you, Shells. God bless her. First $2 of the week, Shells. Thank you.
I've been in Parker Heights, which is out there by Colleen. And I got a lot of my tools and stuff that I.
Here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll take that up when it's time for me to
Yes,
take
ma'am.
that up.
Yes, ma'am.
So if y'all do the paperwork, then the court will hear it.
It's
We'll go
not.
from there.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
just,
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
it's just. I mean, automatically. I don't care if he's completely innocent.
Innocent, yeah. He
Makes
looks
you
guilty.
Feel and look that way.
I feel like you're guilty because of the color of your shirt.
Yeah, just a terrible.
Bad fashion choice.
Monetary Monorail, ladies and gentlemen.
The concur and I were conferring out in the
Where-
hallway.
Oh,
We
okay,
were
sorry.
conferring out in the hallway for at least 20, 30 minutes earlier. Came in here to confer more with the prosecutor, went back out there, and I don't think she's still in the restroom because it's been a while, so I don't know.
Uh-oh. Client
Alright.
took off.
To be honest, I don't know.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 8415, State of Texas versus Jenna Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Todd Coronado.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now afternoon, 12:24 p.m. The defendant was a no-show on November 1st, so the court recalled this for
Understand
November
that?
7th.
Yes.
Where's
He
your
was-
client?
He was here today.
Mhm.
She answered the docket.
And she left, she's no longer here?
Yes.
She went to the bathroom and never came back.
State moves for a bond forfeiture and a warrant be issued for the defendant's arrest.
That'll be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond.
Morning, Geoff.
If your client makes an appearance, then the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, thank you.
I beg excuse.
Yes.
Thank you.
You may be excused. Hey, I'll tell you what. Let me jump over here.
The good
Terminator
attorney.
just pointed out a lovely looking bunch.
Super
over.
attorney.
Knowingly, voluntarily made, and with the advice of counsel,
A whole lot going on here.
counsel as to the sentence.
Thank you, Your Honor. Judge, I've gone through the pre-sentence
Can
investigation.
I get a fist
report
bump,
with
Your
Mr.
Honor?
McMahon. Certainly, I'm not
Yeah.
opposing any
All
of
right.
the evaluation recommendations. I
Are
think
we-
that in this
Are
particular
we
case,
tracking someone?
it involves substance abuse.
Mark
I'll note
Flores
that there
is
was,
on
while
the
there was a
hunt.
prescription for Adderall, the pills found were not
That's with an
Mr.
H.
McMahon's actual prescription.
Adderall.
And that is because Mr. McMahon at the time was using more than he should have. And there's a substance abuse issue that's clearly there. Mr. McMahon acknowledges it. We have made contact with Serenity Therapy Centers, specifically with Raj Mehta, and seeing the recommendation that's who Mr. McMahon is going to do his evaluation with, his substance abuse evaluation with, and is prepared to follow any aftercare recommendations, which I think is only appropriate at this point. He's 26. He still has a lot of road left in front of him. I think that he can get this under control. And I'm
Oh,
going to
watching a
strongly
horror
urge
movie.
the court to allow him that
Mhm,
opportunity
mhm.
to do so. Again,
Found
we're not
footage.
denying the fact that there is a substance abuse issue, like many throughout the course of the last couple of years. I think that substance abuse has hit a little bit harder, and Mr. McMahon is one of those people that's suffering from that. But I do think that with the assistance of Mr. Mehta and with Mr. McMahon's internal fortitude,
Is Mark on his
I think
way
he'll
to
be able
court?
push through this, and I think that a period of probation is going to be that push that he needs to be able to do that. So I'm going to ask the court to strongly consider the 7411 status. I think that's really important for someone his age from an employment standpoint. I'll note that Mr. McMahon is employed currently. There is some travel that he's going to be requesting as it pertains to that employment, understanding he still has to test. And as it pertains to any of the other recommendations, certainly we have no issue or take no exception with any of that.
So is there anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence on this case or sentence for your bond violation?
Can I get your number, Judge?
As he said, I clearly have a substance abuse issue. This past week, I've attended my first NA meeting after testing positive in my last test. And yeah, I would
it's
just
an
like
issue, Creed, not a problem.
Just an issue. It's Flush. Thank you for that. Yeah, it's an issue. It's not. It's a disease. Didn't you hear that?
It's an issue, but got no chance in hell.
Sir, it's a sentence. Sir, I'm happy to sentence you under the 7411 program and give you an opportunity to keep this off your record. However, it's not a gift. Gary! And you earn it by following the terms of probation and getting the help that
I like turtles.
I think you need, sir. And it sounds like you're taking some good steps. I'm glad to hear that you went.
Joshua put a sheet up.
Happened. But this
Look at
court's
it
going
right
to
over
push
here,
you a
two
little
over.
further to do a little bit more.
You ain't seen inside of this trailer.
That you served 12 months probation under 7411 program.
I feel like maybe there's going to be a great reveal where he's like,
$50.
"But Your Honor,"
$350 over
just
10
drops
weeks.
and
You need to
there it
complete the
is.
Substance abuse assessment
All
within
its
14
glory.
days and follow all recommendations. No use or possession of alcohol or illegal drugs. No being in the presence of anyone using or possessing illegal drugs or drug paraphernalia. You need to submit to and pay for random drug and alcohol testing at the request of probation or court. You are to continue drug testing as you have previously been ordered by this court.
Bet you Zach's worn a bunch of
need
bolo
to
ties in
clear,
his day.
The
Oh, I
warrant that you have out within 30 days. I'm also going to order that you do 40 hours of community service by February 15th, 2023. As for the probation violation, I'm
Howdy,
going to
Hugh.
order that you do an additional 8 hours of community service. Those specifically have to be done in the sobriety community. Ms. Elder can help you find some locations so that you're doing it in an environment that can help with where you're heading, okay? And give you the support that you need. I'm also going to order that you find a sponsor within 30 days with that contact information to Ms. Elder. Do you understand all that?
Yes, I do.
You're all set for today, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, Your Honor. Have a great day.
You too.
Judge made me
Case number
cry.
1930674.
Menopause is a bitch, isn't it?
Terrible. Judges
This is State of Michigan versus Sean Ripke.
very sweet and nice.
Ron Brown Crewing on behalf.
Hamler?
Can I see Ms. Elder and Mr. Brown in a breakout room briefly?
Oh, they're going to the breakout room, Creed.
My man. My man.
Do you want to dial up some knocks, or what do you want to do?
I think we've got 100 people here, and I'm ready. I'm gonna pop if we don't get on this guy. Over the weekend,
Hello,
you know,
Mayor.
life goes on, Creed. Even though we're not a part of it, things do happen still over in Knox County. If you don't know where Knox County is, Kane from the WWE is the mayor of Knox County. I didn't know you could be a mayor of a county, but he's the mayor of Knox County.
It's funny that you say that because I was watching Adam, the Woo small shirt guy, today, and he was with what's his name, World of Micah. They're in Gatlinburg Pigeon Forge area, and he had mentioned that to him about that. I didn't realize that. So he's the brother of who?
Kane, this
is-
guy? Kane
yeah.
is the Undertaker's brother, kayfabe brother.
Okay, there we go. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, he's the mayor of Knox County. So elected official, by the way. This guy that I'm about to present is probably one of my favorite new guys. I mean, right up there with the guy who said something about the books, maybe even better.
Garfield.
Maybe.
Very well. Your arraignment is complete.
By the way, that guy down there, Wilford Brimley, walks with a cane.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. Mr. Brown, come on down. I want to make sure we can hear him beautifully. Mr. Brown, everybody.
Hey, Judge.
Brown, right here in front of this computer.
Am I not in front of me?
Immediately when I seen him, Creed, I was like, is he doing a bit?
I mean, it looks like he's ready for a comedy routine on SNL, no?
Yeah, he comes in, and I believe he's got like a blanket under his shirt that's giving him quite the Hugh Hefner look.
That's right.
You know, he's just come busting up here with a crazy walk and everything, but that's nothing compared to what we get from here on out.
Well, have a seat for me.
Is he having a baby?
The bed's oh here you
Your name,
He's
sir?
fine.
Oh, he stood up. He's erect.
Jacob Brown II, Esquire.
Can I say something real fast?
You have a right to remain silent, and that's the best thing for you to do.
No, it's not the best thing for me. Somebody stole my ID. I had an extra ID in my house. Listen to me. You don't have to believe me. I've not even been in town half the time. They said I've been arrested 2 or 3 times since the last time I've been to jail.
Sir, this is not something I can deal with at this time.
So I just want to make sure before we jump into it. So he's basically saying it wasn't him. Somebody stole the ID.
He's setting the table, Creed, which he's going to allow this this man to read us all the charges very in depth and detailed, and you'll see why he mentions.
Okay,
my ID has been stolen. I've spent so much time in jail already. My ID is stolen from my home.
All right.
Just wants him to know. Wilford Brimley don't want to hear any of it.
What are we dealing with now?
I'm trying to get you a court date.
Okay, all right, yes, sir. I'm sorry.
You have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say could be used against you in court. You have a right to be represented by an attorney. You cannot afford an attorney. One can be appointed to represent you. You have a right to have a hearing where you can present witnesses and evidence on your own behalf.
The office is so loud, I can't hear you.
Officer, see if you can get.
Okay, so now he's complaining him. Look here, Judge. I can't even hear you. These officers over here lollygagging, being loud. Can you please quiet them down? I don't like loud people.
Diabetes. Get folks to quieten down over there.
Where's 102?
All right. You have a right to have a hearing where you can present witnesses and evidence on your own behalf, and you can question any witnesses or evidence that the government puts up against you. Do you understand your rights?
I do, sir, and I'm ready to take it to trial. Let's go to trial.
Very well.
Yeah.
Did you fill in one of these forms, sir?
Yes, sir.
Please raise your right hand and be sworn. Your other right.
Oh,
other right.
You swear the information you put on your form is all true and correct to the best of your knowledge.
Oh, he's doing that hey asshole thing.
That's my knowledge, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you can put your hand down.
Do you have a marshmallow?
Which one?
Both of them.
Oh. Can I do it like this? My neck really hurts.
Just drink it in.
Judge, they won't give me my medicine, my bipolar, but they won't give me my medicine. They deny me my medicine. They still haven't let me make one phone call. They haven't let me do anything. They deny me everything, and I want to get this on documentation. So when I put a
Sir, the sooner you be quiet, the sooner we can get through this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can you tell me how long you've lived in the Knoxville area?
I lived in Knoxville for 37 years.
3.7, 37 years.
Well, sir, I did go to college, so I didn't live in Knoxville for 4 years out of that. So 30 What's 7 minus 4?
He went to college, Creed. What's 7 minus 4?
Where did he go wrong?
I like that he says, my neck hurts. Can I stand like this? This may be the worst idea ever. But it only gets better from here.
32 years, no. 33 years, like Jesus, 33. 33 years.
Got it. Figured it out.
This is the method you use if you see a bear and you want to scare the bear. Look how big I am, bear.
Stop. What am I doing? I'm not doing nothing, sir. Officer, can you please be quiet so I can hear the judge, please? Can you please be quiet? I can't hear the judge, please. Please stop talking, please. Thank you. Please stop talking, please. I can't hear the judge. Thank you.
He says it's so nice.
Gosh, you're so rude.
To him laughing.
Sir, you have an attachment regarding a charge of disorderly conduct.
Don't be rude.
That was issued on August 3rd. Usually an attachment is issued when someone misses a court date. That has a $100 appearance bond on it. You also have a new charge of theft of merchandise worth more than $1,000.
Ooh.
Do you understand what these matters are about?
No, I tell you, these were not me. I'm on probation. If I got those charges and came to jail, my probation officer would have known.
Sir, I'm asking yes/no questions.
No, sir, I do not, sir. I'm sorry. No,
Do you
sir.
need me to read you the warrant on the theft of merchandise warrant?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, we're about to get into the details of what he did.
Oh, God.
Now remember, the first thing he tells this guy is, I'm a victim of identity theft. Someone has stolen my ID. He's already on probation, Creed. He wouldn't do anything wrong.
All right. It says, on or about Sunday, September 25th, 2022 at 14:52 hours at 7600 Kingston Pike, Asset Protection Associate Cole Bruner, while working at Belk, located at 7600 Kingston Pike, received a call from the sales team manager, Stacy O'Connor, about a male in the Crown and Ivy clearance. APA Bruner began observing the male at approximately 14:32 hours or 14:52 hours via closed circuit television. Between 14:53 and 15:03 hours, APA Bruner observed the male select many items from Crown and Ivy by the armful. At approximately 14:57 hours, APA Brewer began a floor observation, and between 15:03 and 15:07 hours, APA Bruner observed the male conceal approximately 30 items. At 15:08 hours, APA Bruner attempted to stop the male on the floor in congruence with the large theft policy. The male fled and exited the Opus doors at 15:08 hours, where he was picked up by a gold SUV. During this time, a female picked up some of the items. The male dropped and ran out the Morrell Road doors.
Pause that real quick. First, I want to say, Matt, thank you.
Matt-alleluia.
That was 10 hallelujahs for you. Can you back it up 2 seconds? I want to watch this guy walk through again. just tiny little bit. I'm so listening to whatever the doors are that they're called, and then trying to figure out these times.
Oh yeah, these are military times, Creed.
Watch this dude walk through here just a second.
Opus doors at 15:08 hours, where he was picked up by a gold SUV. During this time, a female at 15:08 hours, APA Bruner attempted to stop the male on the floor in congruence with the large theft policy. The male fled and exited the Opus doors at 15:08 hours, where he was picked up by a gold SUV. During this time, a female picked up some of the items. The male dropped and ran out the Morrell Road doors. The male dropped his phone, and due to the screensaver being his picture, KCSO was able to identify him as Jacob Brown. Suspect did deprive the business. Sir, I'm reading.
They stole my phone. You don't have to
I'm
anymore.
just reading. I'm the messenger.
I'm just telling you.
I'm
somebody
telling
stole
you
my
what
phone.
it says.
Okay. You don't have to go any further. I hear. Let's just move on. I'm just ready to go home.
Suspect did deprive the business of $1,964 in merchandise. That's what the warrant says.
That's a lot
So if I was
of
in the
Crown and
clearance,
Ivy.
I stole 30. So 30 items in clearance is $1,900. Come on, bro. Let's do the math. Anyway, go ahead, sir. What's on? How can we get this over with? Can I get a bond, please? So I can go home?
I'm working on it.
They identified him because he dropped his phone and his screensaver on his phone was him. And he says, yeah. They stole my phone. My phone been stolen. Judge?
All right, but he does make a point. 30 items for 1,900 seems awfully high. But
I feel like we're trying to hit him with full price.
Yeah.
Full price. Belk, are you listening? Just asking for a friend.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get to that.
I'm so sick, Judge. They're trying to persecute me. Hey, dog. I'm telling you, Judge, they're praying on my downfall. I swear they're praying on my downfall. I swear they're praying on my downfall. That Mike Jackson said. You remember Mike Jackson said that? Do you remember how we fell in love?
Do you remember?
Brown, stop singing for a minute. Let him finish. Let me get this over with.
He hasn't said nothing. What you want me to do? First minute, I can't make it. He's working for his thing. So on my end, the way I stay calm, it's like, do you remember? You know what I'm saying?
Brown, are you coming off his oven?
I'm coming off of the same shit all these junkies are on. What is it? What's y'all favorite drug? Heroin, fentanyl, all that same shit. That's what I like too. Here, right here. Oh, yeah.
This guy's great.
What you like? You like fentanyl? What you like?
All right, Brown. All right.
I'm saying you like that? You like that?
You like meth?
Oh, my bad. What do you like? You like crack, man?
It's taking a poll room.
The work dog come to knock. Pull up anywhere. That's a Jake word. And we fucked up. Well, fuck. If you heard of John Gotti, I'm Jake.
All right, Ms. Brown, I find that you do qualify for an appointed attorney, and I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you in this matter. There's a $50 assessment associated with this appointment that should be paid to the clerk's office on or before November 19th. If you're not able to take care of that by November 19th, more than likely it'd be added on as part of your court cost.
That's fine.
I'm going to schedule your cases for November 9th. That'll be Wednesday. That'll be in felony court for a bond review hearing. In the event you've not made bond, your attorney will be able to present arguments and evidence to the judge to show that your bond should be reduced. If you have made bond, you need to be sure and be there, or they'll issue an attachment and you'll lose the money that you have posted for bond. On your charge of theft of merchandise, which is a felony charge, I've set your bond at $750. You have the $100 appearance bond on the disorderly conduct, so your total bond is $850.
$850 bond.
Do you have any questions, sir?
Is there any way we could bring it down just a couple $100?
It's already.
I'm sorry. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very well. Your arraignment is complete.
There you go, Brown. Go back to bed.
So, sir, when can I make a phone? Can I bail out right now?
When you come out for
You
exit,
can make
Brown.
bond as soon as you can, but if you
Here we
do,
go.
don't forget to go to court.
I won't forget, but this is my thing. Why can't I just make the call right now?
Because I got other things going on.
I got things to get out of jail, bro. Talk about your other things. What's more important than me getting out of jail? What's more important? What's more important? No, you said what's more important? Answer my question.
Brown, I don't have to answer your question.
You have to answer my question now.
Go to yourself.
Here he goes. Taking a step.
Brown, go to yourself.
What's more important?
Uh-oh.
I got to refuse the lockdown.
Sir, I'm trying to go home. What he's telling me.
Watch the little guy.
I'm trying to go home.
Sir, your arraignment is complete.
Go to yourself, Brown.
Your name, sir?
Michael Lewis.
I having to follow him.
Get ready. They're on the floor. They're taking them down.
Foot. Oh, damn. Might be a little more now.
This guy's scared. Look at him.
Yeah.
All right, so he went off in cuffs. And you seen this guy shaking his head, by the way, right here? Like, I can't believe this. What a disgrace. He calls himself a man. Oh, by the way, this guy is in trouble for not registering as a sex offender.
Mr. Lewis, can you hear me?
And he's already upset.
You have a right to remain silent. Anything.
So, yeah, you got all that. Even the registered, registered sex offender here that's about to talk is upset about it. He can't even believe it. And all that happened over the weekend. But Creed, the one thing we all need to take away from this is that the guy in cell 102 says, shit, what is going on?
Yeah, it took him a while to get up. Now, the one upstairs there at the right there
here,
came out in the middle of the tussle.
But when 102 gets up, you know there's some stuff going on. So that is what we missed over the weekend in Knox County. Also, remember, Mayor of Knox County, Kane, Undertaker's brother, running things. Creed, do you think we could get an interview with him, maybe? Like, talk about the legal system down there or something?
Sounds
maybe?
like a pretty good idea. I like that. All right, back to Judge Hottie.
I've had a long talk.
Check in and see what's going on here. I'll BRB real quick.
Go ahead.
Please follow the recommendation.
Sir, is there anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence?
Not so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Not so much.
Sir, it's the sentence of the court that you serve 7 days in jail credit for the 7 days that you've served and $125 in fines and court costs. How much time do you need to pay those, sir?
I could get it by the end of the month.
Okay, I'll say pay by December 9th, 2022. Once it's paid, the file will be closed.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You have
You're
a
all
blessed
set,
day.
sir.
Consideration.
It's tough to go. It's tough to beat that guy today.
7, this is State of Michigan versus Matthew Adams.
Ron Brown appearing on behalf of Matthew Adams.
Matthew Adams.
Yes, ma'am. Matthew Adams.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Brown, whenever you're ready.
Your Honor, I've talked to him. I've shared the recommendation, read over the pre-sentence investigation report. We would ask the court to file the recommendation. He would need 90 days to pay fines and court costs, Your Honor.
I wish.
And he's been enrolled since last April. He would ask the court to consider that when imposing testing.
Enrolled in what? This started in a different court, so I'm not sure what you're referring to.
I can explain everything, ma'am, as far as this here goes.
Sir, is there anything you'd like to say before I impose sentence?
Yes, ma'am. So since the incident, for one, I have been following, I have not been, I do apologize on my suspended license and causing the accident. I have not gotten another vehicle or been driving since. And since then, I've kind of gone through some mental issues. My daughter's down in Ohio, and it was very hard on me. So since April of this last year, I actually submitted myself to mental health counseling or hospital at Maternity Mental Health in Pontiac for 2 weeks, and kind of went over some issues and medication options, because I've never really got on any type of medications for mental health as well. And I also was drinking too much, so I knew I had issues with substance abuse, but everything was stemming from mental issues. So I went to deal with that initially.
Well
So
spoken.
since then, I had gone to the hospital for 2 weeks, and then I went to a substance abuse treatment center for 4 weeks. I had transferred my mental health documentation over to the VA in Ann Arbor, and since then, I have seen a psychiatrist.
Former military.
Admittedly, not been there for the last few months, or have not gone because I've moved over to a recovery house in East Point called New Hope, where we get regular drug and alcohol testing since last July. And with transportation being an issue and my job that I got the week that I moved there, I work 55 hours a week and bike 2 miles to work. So since last April, I have been involved in substance abuse and mental health treatment on mental health medication. And every place that I've stayed.
Yeah, he's up there just enjoying it. He was just taking us for a walk, but now he's just pounding them.
I would like to continue all my treatments. However, if I do not get jail time for this particular incident for causing an accident while I suspended driver's license, then I would like to start the court proceedings for partial custody for my daughter. And I know that I cannot do that really. I don't have many chances while I'm in recovery housing. So I would like to leave the housing within, say, a month, find an apartment. I actually have an apartment lined up that's a mile from my job over by I-94 and 9 Mile. And to substitute.
My God, this guy's giving us a life story here.
Opportunity of substance abuse treatment or anything. I believe that there is actually, I could transfer programs over at the VA from just strictly a mental health to.
Yeah, it is kind of weird looking, right, Flusher?
Where they also have a psychiatrist and everything like that involved. So it would just kind of be a combined program. I would still obviously be 100%.
He is really just filibustering at this point.
Testing at any times throughout probation. I have absolutely no intention of returning to any of that type of stuff. My only issues with that, again, would be transportation. I am over on the east side now, and I ride a bike, and I work 55 hours a week. So there is also
so Mr. Adams, we're not going to double you up. If you're doing testing at another location, you'll just have to provide proof to Ms. Elder. So it'll take some work on your end to sign over all those documents that they'll need in order to share those results with Ms. Elder. And she can certainly help you with that. All of the programming that you have done.
Glad I wasn't in here. I'd have to hit that shut up thing about 50 times during that one.
He just kept going and going and going.
Unfortunately, Emily's got to work again. More $5 tickets tonight.
My concern and suggestion was that
I paid 18 for mine.
Like the one in New Hope right now.
That's good.
I've been in since July, particularly, where I get random drug and alcohol testing. I'm fully prepared to have the main house manager lady that runs everything, prepare whatever documentation, state that I've been there. But I would like to leave that program so that way I can get into an apartment, like a private residence, so I can start court proceedings for partial custody for my daughter.
Terminator knows it. It's like FRAUR or FARAUER, something like that.
Alcohol testing. And I know that was a part of the probation recommendation for this particular case. So to supplement that, I was just stating that I'd be open to whatever within regards.
He's open to whatever, ladies.
So Mr. Adams, hold on.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. It's okay. The cart before the horse. We got it first. You're still in the program that you're in. So once you've completed that program and you've sent over whatever it is, your completion paperwork to Ms. Elder, then we could take the next steps. And then depending on where your apartment is, we can certainly find a place to test that's closer to you, but testing is likely going to be part of your probation.
It's just called Knox Stream.
So I understand that you have some concerns and you have a number of things that you're working on. I think it's really great that
Creed earlier today,
your mental health, and
I did come across something that I had to rewind and I did record. Please excuse me for recording court.
There it is.
But I want you to look at this. There's a gentleman on here named Mark Fry.
And
I think Mark might be up to no good. I don't want to say what I think he's doing, but I want you guys to tell me what you think he's doing. And is Jackie Beach in on what he's doing? It's a very quick one. So
all right, really.
Please bear with me. Bear with me.
About the diversion program. Are you, sir, going to have an attorney represent you in this case?
No, ma'am.
You're wanting to represent yourself?
Yes.
Beautiful dream catchers, by the way,
Have
over
you
his bed.
signed a waiver of counsel form?
Not that I know of.
Well, then you probably haven't. Are you still thinking about diversion?
Yeah.
Okay. When are you going to make a decision whether you're going to apply or not?
No problem, Amy.
I was just gonna see how this court went, and that's what I was
Bishop,
gonna
yeah.
make up
Well,
my mind.
well, how this court's going to go is you're either going to
Excellent decision.
set this for trial, ask to set it over for diversion, or
You see,
enter a plea.
he's kind of
of
busy,
guilty or
Mark.
no
He's moving
contest.
around a little bit.
So,
I'll enter
Jackie's
a
just
plea of
watching.
Guilty.
well, you understand if you if you continue with diversion, you could ultimately get these charges dismissed and kept off your record. And the charges again are failing to check for safe passage before passing from a single lane.
All right.
Operating a motor vehicle without liability insurance.
Is that?
All right. So,
am I seeing that?
I don't know what we're seeing, to be honest with you. But did you see how quickly it was like in sync? Jackie and Mark like bring their cameras. He comes onto camera. She grabs her camera. And I don't know what this is exactly.
But Mark Fry looks like he has a perfect man boob, no?
I mean, I've seen women with worse titties. And Jackie's got hers right in the camera. But it gets it continues on, Creed. Please again, tell us what's Mark doing here?
Operating a motor vehicle without registration or expired tag.
Oh,
and
I-
operating a motor vehicle with defective tail lamp. And that insurance.
Jackie,
has a
she looks
minimum
very
fine of
interested in what he's
$300
doing.
alone. The charges can cause you to lose your license for 3 years. There's some significant consequences if you plead to all of these charges. So are you sure you don't want to talk?
I'll go with diversion.
Well, I'm not going to keep continuing it to let you.
Mark
do this.
loves to hear about diversions.
Give you one more continuance.
I got
to
him
do
going a
this.
little bit more.
If Mr. Vinnie will agree
He
to it.
really loves them, and she
can
loves
have
to
to get
put her
started.
diversions right
Where do you live
in
right
screen.
Augusta.
All right, well, you better get on the phone as soon as we're through with the county attorney's office and get that application in within the next few days.
Where's Mark's other hand, by the way?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody know?
But we'll wait for Mr. DeVinny to come
And
back.
why are we moving so much?
There's a lot of
You don't
movement.
want to apply for an attorney, is
He's
that
very
correct?
There's
fixated
motion.
on the screen.
Motion in the ocean.
And Jackie just moved it to get a little more of the.
Yeah, Jackie's
you know,
like
the-
really like, and he's right under the
other
judge.
gentleman, what's your last name, sir? Your first name, I think, is Bishop. What's your last name?
Nobody
Hi, Your Honor. It's Bishop Begini.
Look, he's out. Look.
Wow, he's getting there.
I think he just got there. He just got where he was going. I think we got there, Creed. That was it.
Last name again, Begini.
Am
Well,
I not the only one that just saw him rub one out in court
No, he 100%.
right underneath the judge, and Jackie putting her boobs right up in the camera? I mean,
It had to have been Jackie, right? I think she noticed it.
it was either he liked the way Jackie looked, or maybe Judge Webster got it going on, Creed.
Well, that's the first one of those we've seen.
I came on. I was like, what is happening? So I had to rewind it, record it quickly, for posterity's reasons. Licking, Creed.
Licking it is.
Somebody
We're live
loves
with
shopping
Judge
at
Stanley.
American Eagle.
He's been to the mall, Mike. Yeah, that was quite
Let's look at something.
quite an endeavor there. Nightbot, off our lawn, please. He's rather quick too. I'll give him that.
I mean, he got in there, he did the work, and he was done. I mean, good for him.
Well, I need a drink after that.
I just don't know what to say.
Okay. You failed to appear on 4 different occasions for this case, and the case itself is from May of last year.
4
so
times.
I'll set bond at $2,500, cash, surety, or 10%, and we'll get this rescheduled for trial. You need to be advised that your court-appointed counsel, Mr. Keys, filed a motion to withdraw in September. That was granted, so technically right now you don't have an attorney. You have a right to have one. You can hire one, or you can go court-appointed again, but if you're unable to post your bond and you're stuck down there, they'll send it down here for you. If you do post the bond and you get out, you have to turn it in, and I will not give you a continuance on the day of trial for getting a lawyer if you show up that day. Understand?
Can I just plead guilty for this?
Not today you can, but if you decide you want to at your next court date, we can take care of it then. Any other
4
questions?
times he didn't show up for this.
Am I going to be in
case.
here until my next court date?
If you're unable to post the bond, yes.
That's nice.
Any other questions?
I'm sure he'll
no,
be
Your Honor.
All right.
back
If
for
you
the
end up
5th.
changing your plea, and if I end up imposing some sort of jail term, you'll get credit for these days. They're not going to be dead time. All right?
Okay.
All right. You can go with the officer. Thank you, Mr. McDonald.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Joseph Miller Jr. Are you Mr. Miller, sir?
Yes.
And Mr. Miller, in your rights in court today.
Yes.
Let's see here. We have 2 old cases that you had with Judge Higgins. Just so you know how old these cases are, Judge Higgins has been retired for over 2 years.
He died 7 years
They were
ago.
assigned to Judge Higgins, which means they now belong to his successor, Judge George. The only thing I can do today is simply set a bond for you. What is your current address?
It's 116 East Postal.
All right. Well, that's the same address that's on your ticket. Do you actually live there, or do you use that as a mailing address?
It's just a mailing address. I live at 7.
Who
I
actually
live at
lives there?
7. My grandma
Okay.
Oh,
So where do you actually
grandma.
live?
at 7411 Township Road, 87.
Okay. How come you don't get your mail out there?
Well, I've just recently moved out there.
Okay. Well, listen.
Very
these
jittery.
are-
Grandma kicked me out.
I'm not going to keep you. I'm not going to hold you in lieu of bond, but you need to make the decision about where you want your mail sent, because that's how you're going to be notified by the court of when your next court dates are. You can look them up online too if you want and keep track of that. One of these is jailable. You've got this bond of driving under a license forfeiture. They're claiming you had at least 2 priors within the 3 years before you got cited. So theoretically, you could go to jail on this. So I don't know. Where have you been for the last 4 years?
Working.
Nice, Dragon Monkey.
I like that.
I was going to say, under circumstances like these, typically one of 2 scenarios is at play. One, you've been staying out of harm's way and definitely not having any police contact for them to discover that you had a warrant. Or number 2, you've been incarcerated elsewhere. So you were not locked up the last 4 years?
No, I haven't been out there. No, I haven't been incarcerated nowhere else.
Does he have a bad drug problem, or you think this is a medical thing? What do you?
Oh, it's absolutely. He's a druggie.
How old are you, Mr. Miller?
34.
Ooh,
rough 34, they say.
Very rough 34. Living with your grandma earlier, right? Poor grandma.
If only he was on Zoom,
I
Jay.
have correspondence from your folks asking me to release you on your own recognizance because you helped them out. Is that true?
Yes, that is. Yes, well, I'm not sure about it right now.
And how are your folks?
They're doing really good.
Does he know him?
How do you hear it?
Yeah.
He said, "How are your folks?" He said, "Good."
All right, here's what we're going to do, Mr. Miller. You will be released on your own recognizance. These cases will get rescheduled for
Small
hearings,
town,
for
Mike,
trials,
small town.
actually, in front of Judge George. If you decide you want to change your plea to guilty or no contest at that time, you can. Otherwise, you can proceed to trial. Theoretically, I guess they could dismiss them, but I don't know whether they will or not. But either way,
Lucky.
you need to show up the next time you're supposed to be in court. Otherwise, new warrants go out, and you may not get an OR bond next time. Understand?
Exactly, yeah.
All right, Mr. Miller, any questions?
No, that's it.
And you may go with the officer. Thank you. Colin
Next.
Mitchell.
Stacking them up like firewood today.
Nobody in the
Good
pews
afternoon, sir.
today.
You Mr. Mitchell?
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mitchell, you understand your rights in court today?
Yes, sir.
Nice beard,
You're
bro.
here because Judge George
Nice
issued a warrant for your arrest when you failed
black
to appear for
eye.
the most recent court date. Looks like you were scheduled
it's
to
a
be in trial
tattoo.
with him in August. Because your case was assigned to the other judge, all I can do today is simply set a bond for you. Before I do that, I need to ask you a few questions. What is your current address?
I'm getting my mail sent to 115 South Wilson.
I think it's just Wilson Street. I don't think there's a south there.
All right, I might have been doing that.
Are you, you're not staying at the shelter, you're just using it as a mail place?
So I just got back from Vegas. I'm trying to get back in the shelter.
Okay.
Are you taking vacation? A homeless vacation?
Yeah.
Greyhound? All right.
Homeless vacation.
How long were you out there?
Summer in Vegas.
And what
Winter in Licking.
I heard her in the background, Dick Harris.
Just mental issues, really. Something that my probation officer said, I don't think it's how he meant it, but it just kind of got misconstrued in my head, and I just kind of had this mental little breakdown and left. It wasn't anything planned or anything like that.
Do you have people you know out there?
No, I don't have anyone else.
No,
All right,
nobody.
we're homeless out there.
Vacationing.
Yep.
Did you hit
Are
any
you
good?
from Newark originally?
Yep.
Did you hit any of the pool parties, bro?
Stayed at my boy Ronnie's house. He let me crash on the couch.
Whoa. Stop the clock. Dude.
I'm gonna run out of these forms. So
I tell you, I told you I talked to High Pitch this weekend, right?
Yes.
How'd you manage to get yourself?
Get anything out of him? Or?
I just turned myself in.
You talked about how much you love crime stuff and watching crime things, and we started talking about the trial of the guy in New York that killed his son that used to be a cop.
Yeah, I mean, ideally that'd be nice, but.
Well, I'm not cruel. I wouldn't ask you that and then say too bad. I'm inclined to OR you because it's a 4th-degree misdemeanor, but you do need to show up next time. And if you don't, and the new warrant goes out and you see me for a bond next time, it won't be an OR. Understand? All right, so you're getting out on your own recognizance. I don't know that you've ever had an attorney on this case, and you are eligible to ask the court to appoint you counsel. You can get an application.
That's what I said. I
form
think it's
there since you're
tattoos.
getting out.
Make it
They're
look
not
like
gonna
he's
send
got
it
a
in for you.
black
It looks
eyes.
like they do have a temporary holder on you, Mr. Bernard does.
It's a good look.
So you won't actually get released. He's going to make a decision within the next probably 24 hours or so about whether or not to file a formal motion to revoke your probation. If he does, you'll get another arraignment on the PV this way. That'll be with Judge George since it's his week. All right.
Okay.
All right. Any other? We'll get this thing referred back to Judge George for a trial date. Any other questions?
No, I guess I just have to wait and see how things go.
Yeah, just, be patient, behave yourself down there. Don't find yourself in red next time you got to be in court. Any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, you may go with the officer. Thank
That's
you.
a great one.
Good luck.
Mitchell.
Yep,
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell.
Catherine Peck.
Go.
Ooh, a woman.
Catherine, baby.
She's a hottie, I bet. Come on,
Oh,
Catherine.
you know it.
Be a hottie.
Come on. Drum roll, please.
Somebody help Catherine to the stand.
Good
There she
afternoon. Are you Miss Peck? Yes.
Move over a little bit.
She overshot the runway.
She's coming in hot. You know how it
Peck,
breaks.
You're here on an old matter and a new matter. Although I don't think you ever. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Okay. So
Oh,
you got
my
a traffic
God.
ticket for failure
That's
to
it. That's what we were talking about.
It had last August
to death.
over in Newark on West Main Street, right where it meets 79. That's a minor misdemeanor. The maximum penalty is a $150 fine. How do you want to plead?
I'm not sure what this is about.
Yeah, I don't know what the details are. They just say it happened on Main Street on August the 12th of last year at approximately 2:00 in the afternoon. They say you were driving a purple Chevy.
All right.
Okay, you said it's a minor misdemeanor?
Yeah, it's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is a $150 fine.
Down on Main Street.
Okay, I have a hard time hearing.
I'm sorry?
I said I have a hard time hearing.
Nancy, got to back up and see. Yeah, there's some.
So how do you wish to
Yeah.
plead?
Start from the beginning.
Yes.
What was the charge?
failing to maintain an assured clear distance ahead. They said you ran into something in front of you.
Nope. What was that?
Okay, I guess I'll plead.
A wall?
It's
Something.
guilty.
Okay.
I don't know.
She was talking to the guys in the truck.
You're confused, so let's just do not guilty on that one.
You're
Can you
confused.
tell me what your address is, please?
He's
not guilty.
139
You just threw it out. Man.
43055.
You're
Now, do
confused.
you live there, or do you use that as a mailing address?
Well, I'm in the process of moving from there, so the post office is sorting my mail. For mailing address, I use my sister's address at 437 Cedar Crest.
Okay, well, make sure that whatever address is on the bond paperwork that you're going to sign here shortly is the address where you want your mail to go. Understand?
My sister does.
Okay, that's fine. As long as you're able to get mail there. You have a new charge that, well, relatively new. They issued a warrant when they filed the charge back in September, but it's alleged that on or about the 25th day of May in this year, 2022, within the city of Norfolk and Lincoln County, Ohio, that you did knowingly, with the purpose to deprive the owner of property valued less than $1,000, obtained or exerted control over that property without consent, which is to say, you're charged with theft. It's a first-degree misdemeanor.
Yes.
Maximum penalty is 180 days in jail, up to $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
No stealing. She was guilty of another thing.
She found out it was a small charge and all of a sudden could hear just fine.
Yeah. Not guilty to the other thing.
Ms. Peck, are you employed?
I'm sorry.
Are you employed? Do you have a job?
No, not right now.
Do you receive disability benefits?
I get disability and I'm in the process of working for ShiftSmart.
Working? What?
Doubling
All right.
down.
Well, Ms. Peck, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance on both of these cases. They're not related and they probably won't be joined together. So pay close attention to the paperwork that you get. We'll notify you by mail of when that's going to be. So make sure the address that you want it to go to is on there. You have a right to be represented by an attorney in both cases, and you're eligible to ask the court to appoint one for you on the theft charge. You can get an application at the jail. But since you're being released, and let me verify that you are, looks like you will be, it'll be your responsibility to turn that into the clerk of court. Don't wait until the day of your trial to deal with getting an attorney. Understand?
Okay, yes, I do.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions today, Ms. Peck?
Yes, sir.
Then you may go with the officer. Thank you.
Thank you.
I heard Sue.
Purple
Leon,
car.
is it Rapier?
Whoa, careful.
Here, yes, sir.
All right. And did you
Hey, he's got that same tattoo.
Yes, sir.
Did you receive a copy
Same
of the
gang.
complaint?
Yes, sir.
Did you read it?
Licking
Did you
County
see the
boys.
charge with a single count of violation of protection order?
Yes, sir.
That's a first degree misdemeanor. Maximum penalties are up to 180 days jail, up to $1,000 fine. How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty.
And what is your current address?
77 Morgan Drive, Unit 25, Lucasville, Ohio, 45648.
By the way, Creed, they'd like to now be called the Licking Lads. Licking Lads.
The double L's.
Gotcha. And that's in Lucasville?
Easier to graffiti.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
And what'd you say the zip is down there?
45648.
45648.
He looks like he's got black eyes too.
They have a West.
That's what I just said. He's got the same
Yeah.
tattoo you said.
On the,
Oh.
Other guy. He said same gang.
Live there.
Little slow.
That's
That is my
it.
brother's address. He received the mail and everything,
Monday.
but I never got.
We're
the,
doing two different shows.
like
Yeah.
notice on that mail.
Yeah,
from
there
him.
is no notice. They filed this back in February because they're alleging this occurred last October, in last year, October. When they filed the charges in February, they just requested that a warrant be issued, so they never issued a summons. That's why you didn't know anything about it. All right.
Okay.
Where were you when you got picked up on the warrant? Jackson, oh, you were over in Franklin County Jail?
I was in Franklin County. Where I got picked up from was between Piketon or something like that. I got into a car accident. That's how I found out I had the warrant.
Okay.
Whoops.
That's never good.
What'd you do? Run into a purple Chevy? Or did she run into you?
Oh, his eye. Got punched in the eye. Maybe him and the other guy got in a fight.
Maybe.
All right. The address down in Lucasville. How'd you get to Lucasville?
I currently live with my girlfriend.
right now. I moved there from Columbus after a while. After the 6630 Chanticleer Court address, I was actually homeless, and then I was able to get back with my family.
Cannot thank you for the $5. You're amazing.
My girlfriend currently, she had asked me.
Sorry, I don't observe it.
She wanted to help me out.
Get with it, Hawaii.
Good sense.
Where do you work?
I work for my dad for one company. It's called Repair Cleaning Service. And then for the other, it's called Carry Guys. It's a moving company that I've been working
Carry
for
Guys.
2 years now.
How about licking lads? Say it.
What?
Almost a week and a half.
Okay. Did you have a case over in Franklin County too?
Yes, it's tied in together, I guess.
Have you resolved that, or are you awaiting trial on that?
I actually OR'd out of Franklin County. Not OR'd, I had bonded out of Franklin County, and then they had a hold for here in Lincoln County.
I wish Stansbury. Yeah, I wish Stansbury would ask us if he's homeless if he ever took vacation to Vegas or not.
Well, Mr. Repair, I'm going to go ahead and release you on your own recognizance on the condition that you abide by the terms of any CPO that may be active, in which you're the respondent. So this case will get randomly assigned, set for trial. You're going to get notice by mail, so make sure the address is correct on your bond paperwork. You can either hire counsel or go for court appointed. The application's available to you at the jail, but this was the only thing holding you in as far as I can tell, so you should get out, which means it's your job to get it turned in. It's not like Franklin County where the public defender just gets involved kind of automatically. You got to take some steps, so don't wait. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions today?
No, sir. That's it. Thank you.
Very well. You may go with the officer. Thank you.
Well, we got a full boat here looking today.
Yeah, it was a busy weekend. Uh-oh.
Mr. Ryan?
Yes, sir.
My God, he's 9 foot tall.
Court today.
Yes, sir.
David Arquette is in a bad way.
You have to deal with. One is from, oh goodness, the 2nd of March of this year.
That was
the other one is
almost
alleged to
Mikey's
have
birthday.
occurred This
Close.
past weekend, specifically yesterday.
5 days.
Going back in time first, let's back that up. I know you didn't get a copy of the complaint because I've got it right here. So I'll read it for you. The Newark Police Department alleges that on or about March the 2nd, year 2022, within the city of Newark, Lincoln County, Ohio, that you knowingly caused or created a substantial risk of physical harm to the property of another without that person's consent. Commonly known as criminal damaging and endangering, it's a second-degree misdemeanor.
You're right.
The penalty there is a fine of up to $750, up to a 90-day jail term, and you could be ordered to pay restitution. Understand?
No, I don't. I
Let me
wouldn't have
rephrase
been.
that. You understand that that's the charge that's filed?
I understand that's the charge that's filed, but I wasn't around here on November or March 2nd.
All right. So how do you want to plead then?
Not guilty.
Okay.
What?
Own address.
I stay with my uncle at 5254 Georgian Drive.
Nobody lives by
Benton,
themselves.
Ohio, 43068.
I feel like a millionaire.
But I'll be going to my mother's
Well, you
house
do live with your wife.
here
So.
on at 5590
well.
Fallsburg Road, Newark, Ohio 43055.
Who is this?
Are you employed?
I'm unemployed right now. I just got laid off back in September. I've been trying to get on at the paper mill there in Baltimore.
Yeah, baby. Paper mill. Woo!
Paper mill.
Sweet. We haven't heard anything about that damn paper mill in a while.
No, it's been a while. I'm glad to hear it's still open. I was worried. At March 2nd, I wasn't even in this county. Kidding?
On vacation in Vegas.
I just got back. That's me looking at a menu when I go to a restaurant I've never been to before.
We ordered for somewhere new last night, American Deli.
How was it?
I got a Philly. I thought it was fantastic. They got these deals like rather than fries for a couple extra bucks, you get 6 wings.
What? Best upgrade ever.
You know, the weird thing is, one of the most popular things on the menu is
newer case.
their rice bowls.
The first count
That's
is
a
criminal
deli.
damaging. It's
Gotta be right. It was good.
second degree misdemeanor, like I said. The second count is disorderly conduct. They're alleging that you recklessly caused inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm to another by engaging in fighting, threatening harm to persons or property, or in violent, turbulent behavior, and failed and persisted after being required to persist. It's a long-winded way of saying disorderly conduct is an M4, so it's up to 30 days and up to a $250 fine. So you got the M2 and the M4 on this case. How do you want to plead?
Not guilty.
Never raised my hand in anger in my entire life, Your Honor. Especially not on March 2nd.
That look of confusion on his face.
Where was this case on March 2nd supposed to have happened?
Conley Avenue, I think.
Where?
Conley Avenue in Newark.
You definitely don't have me being there.
Well, they'll have to prove it
I've been
beyond a
living
reasonable
down
doubt
in
before
southern
you can be
Ohio.
convicted.
Huh?
I said they'll have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt before you can be convicted.
Oh, okay. Good.
Did he say where he was?
I don't even know where Conley Avenue is.
He said he was in southern Ohio.
Which would all appear to be in your points in your favor.
Oh, good for you.
I have a feeling he doesn't know where a lot of places are.
I'm surprised. I really think he knows where he's at really right now.
So you got arrested yesterday evening, like around 9?
Yes, sir.
You see the crazy Jack Tripper way he came into the
Still haven't
scene?
got booked in or anything.
All right. Well, Mr. Ryan, here's what I'm going to do. On both cases, you'll be released on your own recognizance. And these cases, which are not related, are going to be randomly assigned to a judge. They may both go to one judge. They may go to 2 different judges. Either way, you'll get the notice by mail. You're eligible to ask the court to appoint an attorney to represent you, which if you qualify, we will do it for free. You can get the form down there at the jail. I don't know if you're being held on anything else, so let me take a quick look at that. It doesn't look like it, so you should get out based on the OR bonds. If you want to get a lawyer, fill out your application, but you have to turn it in since you're being released. The main thing is don't wait until the next time you're supposed to be in court to deal with getting a lawyer, because you may not get a continuance that day. Understand?
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions?
Yeah.
The mail is going to go to my mom's house, right?
It's going to go to whatever address you put on your bond that you signed down there. So make sure it's the address you want it to go to. All right. All right, Mr. Ryan, you may go with the officer. Thank you.
My mom's got power of attorney, right?
Man, that guy.
He don't know where he's been or at.
I need somebody there to hold his hand.
Can you call my mom?
All right. If I remember correctly, you have a bit of trouble hearing, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're here because I issued warrants for your arrest when you failed to show up for a lift court. And I also put on what's called a show cause order. So there's a contempt action that's pending, and then your old case. The treatment team is going to talk about your situation and whether they think that it's appropriate for you to continue to participate. That is, if you want to. If you don't want to, then obviously that doesn't matter. But all I'm going to do today is simply set bonds for you. So my question to you is, why'd you stop showing up for court?
I did drugs.
Okay. Didn't I tell you that even if something bad happened, you just need to make sure that you showed up?
She's
we can work
lovely.
together if you showed up.
I got scared.
I got scared, Your Honor.
Oh, come court, I got scared.
Last time I was here, they broke my neck.
Where'd you get picked up?
Scared.
Yesterday
Yeah, where
By
were
the
you when
neck?
you got picked up?
on Locust Street.
Okay.
I was driving like,
Why did the police have contact with you?
huh?
Yeah, give
How
her
come
that.
You had contact with the police.
Drugs.
Huh?
How did I have contact with police?
The police. Why were you dealing with the police yesterday when you got arrested?
Sitting there and I see them and I turned around and they just thought I was suspicious.
No. Not you.
Yeah, that checks out.
Suspicious, you say? They say I got like a suspicious look about me.
What's your address now, Ms. Whaley?
1557 Wingman.
All righty. Is there anything else you want to say about your bond?
Only funny to a handful of people.
That's right. That was funny, but not telling you why.
Well, remind me again, how old are you?
25.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, thank you, Texas Tim.
No problem.
I'll tell you what, for saying that, I'm going to give you her number.
Absolutely.
I know some of her family, and I'm pretty sure I can get her number.
I married your fat sister.
Oh,
she's
All right, Ms.
surprised.
Whaley, on each of these cases, I'm going to set a $5,000 cash surety or 10% bond. Both of them have a condition that you're not to consume alcohol or drugs. The case, the
Yeah, that's not happening.
Gets scheduled for a trial, and the probation department's going to figure out whether or not to file a motion to revoke your probation, or like I said, whether, if you still are interested in participating in drug court, whether that's appropriate. But you're eligible to ask for an attorney. I get an application form from the jail and get it filled out. If you're not getting out because you can't post bond, they'll send it here for you.
Surprise,
you have any
Kurt.
questions? No. You may go with the officer, Miss Whaley. Thank you.
They just thought I looked suspicious.
Travis White.
I don't know why.
Good afternoon, Mr. White. You understand your rights in court today?
Yes.
And did you receive a copy of the complaint in your case?
Yes.
Did you read it? Did you understand what you've been charged with?
I read it and I slightly understand it.
You've been charged with criminal
Good
trespass, specifically on or about November the 5th of this year within the city of Newark and Lincoln County, Ohio, that you did without privilege to do so, recklessly enter or remain on the land or premises of another, as to which notice against unauthorized access was given by actual communication to the offender. So it's an M4 criminal trespass. Maximum penalties are 30 days and a $250 fine. How do you want to plead?
Not guilty. No contest. I'm sorry about that.
You got to make a decision. Those are pretty different pleas.
No contest, sir.
All right. Now, you are presumed to be innocent of this charge. It's always the state's burden to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt before a person can be convicted. You understand?
Ah, the fall
You have a right
version,
to be
ladies and
represented by
gentlemen.
an attorney. Couldn't afford one. We give you one at absolutely no cost.
Slightly hairier.
Qualified lawyer can assist you in identifying any defenses that might be made, motions that could be filed.
Those aren't new, right?
General-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that, and they're folded up nicely.
Real nice. Real nice.
Now, even without a lawyer, you still have a right to a trial with a judge or a jury. You have a right to confront your accusers. You have a right to subpoena your own witnesses to make them show up. And you have a right not to testify if you don't want to. And if you didn't, it wouldn't be counted against you. Understand? Now, no contest because they admit guilt can't be used against you in any later criminal or civil proceedings, but admits that what they say happened is true. And if what they say happened is enough to sustain this charge, I'll find you guilty. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And pleading no contest also means that you'll give up those rights that we've discussed, including, most importantly, your right to a trial. Understand?
Yes.
If I accept your plea and enter a conviction today, I will impose sentence upon you. Have you been threatened in any way or promised anything to get you to do what you're doing here today?
No.
Are you under the influence
Hi,
of
Frank.
anything right now?
No.
And are you a citizen of the United States still?
Yes.
All right.
Still.
Let me take a quick look here at the file, and then I will give you a chance to make a statement about what happened if you like, but if you don't want to, you don't have to.
I really feel like he should make a statement. I feel like he's got something to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything you want to say?
Might be Dick Harris.
No, sir.
So what's the nature of the relationship between you and Ms. Allen?
That's my fiance.
All right.
It's her first name, man.
Well, it's
Yeah,
kind
I've
of
been
hard to
living
have a
there since,
relationship when you're not supposed to be where she lives, right?
Well, I mean, that's what I don't understand. Like, I was never served with anything. Like, we've had our disagreements here and there, you know, like, been sleeping in my car for a little while until things cool over. But, you know, it's like, I was never served with a, criminal trespass or nothing like that. I don't know. I just, things have been rough lately and, trying to get back on my feet and whatnot. And,
Well,
And,
I understand it has been a struggle since you and I last saw one another.
yeah, had some struggles and I've had some, triumphs. So,
Oh, I highly doubt that, but we'll go with it. Triumphs.
Why the fuck would you say that? What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
And you got arrested just after midnight on, technically it was on Saturday, but like basically Friday night.
Yeah.
I've had some triumphs lately.
Strict triumph. Just
How
like
long have you
me.
and Miss Allen been engaged?
Maybe a year. Let's see, since July. I feel like it's been longer than that, but since July.
Yeah.
Are you working?
Not a good sign.
Job?
Yeah, working for 4077 Construction. I've been working there since the beginning of the year.
All right.
How many days,
And
though?
where are you living these days?
With her.
I was living in my was living there, and then, when things were rough in my car. Now my car's out at Buckeye Lake. I was sitting on the side of the road. I was trying to get it fixed. It's just one thing after another. I just can't seem to
Free car near Buckeye Lake if anybody's in the area.
or easily or at all. Kind of like I'm stuck.
How often do you think he actually goes to work?
Well, if I remember correctly, I know you have the skills. So you gotta keep trying, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do: $50 in cost, 2 days jail credit for time served. Any questions? Good luck.
So I'm sorry. Repeat that again.
I said $50 in court cost, 2 days in jail, credit for time served, and then I said good luck.
I can't believe you just did that. Can you
Make it
say it
off.
again just to make sure I understand? Thank you.
One more time for the people.
So
That wasn't horrible. It wasn't fun, but it wasn't horrible.
damn.
Can't just cut that off. I didn't get to tell Sue bye or anything. But
No kidding.
that's all right.
Nice shot of Sue too. We done? We good?
We are done for today.
Nice.
Hour and 31 minutes. I think that's a sufficient amount.
We promise you an hour. We promise you some Sue. We got you both. And as a matter of fact, we got a good shot of Sue today, not just her arm just coming.
Oh
in.
yeah, we got the total package today. That's nice.
Appreciate you guys hanging out. Shells, Flusha, Matt, Kiernaw, thank you for the monies. Thank you, everybody, for the likes, the comments, all that. Monday is underway and not too bad today.
Not too bad. We did pretty good, I felt like.
Great day of court.
Yeah, great day of court. Going to be a really good day on Mini Chase Monday as well. Make sure you're back here for that. And if you're new, go back and check out some of our old shows. Like this video, leave a comment. Even if it's a bad one, I still come back with something very kind. I promise you.
All right. We'll see everybody at 4:05 for Mini Chase Monday on We Gotta Chase.
That's right. And until the next time, who loves you, baby?
Still can't believe that guy was jacking off.
Well, either that, he was just really, really excited to be there.